real hope as opposed to false hope, hope as opposed to hopium. And it's critical that you know the difference. I was in a counseling session very recently where the woman confronted her husband again, and he became very defensive and said to her, I get it. I get it. She had heard those words so many times before. So many times. Hello, I'm Dr. David Hawkins, Director of the Marriage Recovery Center and the Emotional Abuse Institute, and I deal with this issue all the time. What's the issue? The issue is hope as opposed to hopium, real hope as opposed to false hope. And it's critical that you know the difference. Realistic hope is the confident expectation of positive change based upon evidence and reason and realistic possibility. One more time, let me say that. Real hope is built on the confident expectation of a positive outcome based on evidence, based on reason, based on realistic possibility. So when this woman heard the words, now I get it, you can count on me, words that she had heard dozens of times before and got her hopes built up, should she hope in that? No, she should not. Because, as my colleague, Dr. Lene Hunt says, you need to look at the data. Is there evidence that supports this notion, now I get it again? Is there evidence? When you are realistic, when you sit back and you evaluate, do all the markers indicate, oh my goodness, there's all this scaffolding set up to support real change? You see something behind me. It's called a piano. I haven't always been dedicated to the piano, but I am now. There's a time in the day, every day, where I practice. You'll see music on that piano stand. The music comes from a lesson that I take on a weekly basis. I know I'm going to be held accountable to practice. I don't have to practice, but I'm going to. I've set up scaffolding that will support it. I have lessons. My improvement is marked, and anybody who wants to know if I'm going to improve at the piano can have realistic hope that I'm going to improve at the piano. Now, there's another notion called false hope. False hope is the expectation of positive outcome without credible evidence. There's no indication that change is really going to happen other than this person saying, you can count on me. I get it now. Now I get it again and again and again. Oh, it is not fun, folks, to be distrusted, but there are some people who should be distrusted. If the scaffolding, the different attitude shifts, the behavioral shift, the emotional shift, the spiritual shift, the time shift, the relational shift, if all of that scaffolding hasn't been set up, the accountability shift, if those pieces aren't put into place to uphold real change, then we're talking about hopium, folks. To look at someone and say, she can't trust you and she shouldn't trust you. Oh, Dr. Hawkins, do you say that? I do say that. She doesn't trust you and she shouldn't trust you. You don't have the scaffolding set up. You don't have time, reading, accountability, counseling. You don't have all the different pieces in place that would uphold a realistic and positive expectation, an evidence-based expectation of change. So let's get real. I often confront a woman saying, you know what, he needs to come out of denial, but so do you. Oh, I know that's an uncomfortable thing to say, but come on, let's not have hopium. Hopium doesn't bring about change. We want realistic hope. What is the appropriate attitude in between time? And I called it constructive uncertainty or healthy skepticism. I don't know if you'll change. I don't know. I'm not going to tell you, oh, I believe you. I'm not going to say that. I'm going to watch and wait, and there will be a time limit to this, and I will see the markers, or what Dr. Hawkins called scaffolding. I will see evidence that change is likely to occur. And by the way, change will begin to occur in greater and greater and greater and greater elements if it's based upon real evidence and reason and realistic possibility. All right. I hope this has been helpful. Let me know what you think about this video. Click on the link to subscribe to future videos. And if we can be of any help to you in a counseling format, we have a client care team ready to take your call. Click on the link to like the video, by the way, if it's been helpful to you. All right, take care. I will see you again soon.